Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Okay, lights back on me. Thank you very much. This today's episode is Egypt's Treasure Guardians. It sounds like a superhero team right out of North Africa, but no, it's not. It's a 44-minute long documentary from 2016. It covers a number of different aspects regarding the treasures, the history, and everything else that is trying to be preserved in Egypt, not England. So we're not looking at the artifacts that are just sort of been collected by other nations. We're actually looking at artifacts that are being collected, discovered, collected, and preserved in Egypt itself, primarily within the Great Egyptian Museum, and more on that later. I have a little bit more, a bit of a follow-up to what I've learned in here. We follow a number of archaeologists who go all over Egypt, and honestly, it's not just about the pyramids and the Sphinx and Tutankhamun. By the way, it's said differently every single time I hear it. The boy king. Tutankhamun, yeah, something like that. It's not just about those things. There's so many more sites out there that are buried literally under the sands of time and history. So they go around trying to preserve areas that have yet been touched, technically, by archaeologists. But sometimes there are looters. Sometimes there are excavators, just people who are digging quarries, moving sand around without any thought to what could be under there. Oh, I'm sure some of them have a thought as to what could be under there, and they get first dibs on anything they find, and then they destroy everything else in their path. A lot of them they dig legally. They bring in the big trucks and the haulers and the cranes and just all this stuff, and they do it illegally until someone stops him. There's a number, though. This guy discovered when he shows up along with his team and his wife, who they fell in love. There's a whole thing with that. They fell in love and they do archaeology. And they discover when they get to a site in southern Egypt that there's trucks and everything around, and they make a phone call and find out that they're allowed to be there. It's disappointing because they didn't get a chance to see if there was anything worth preserving, if there was anything hidden under the sand. Kind of just got bulldozed. So it becomes a little bit difficult to reconcile that for some of them. But a lot of this deals with people pointing at really old things, massive columns, and just the architecture of so much of history in that area. People that Ramses, the great King Ramses, he created these. I think it was the pillars or great walls, just that basically told stories of great battles that never happened, that he took part in, that he was a great victor. And he's not going to tell the stories of any failures, but he tells great stories of his great victories that never happened. So fake news, centuries, thousands of years ago. Yeah. So there's all this. It's you get a neat perspective on history. You get to see a lot of the stuff you may have seen in other documentaries, but a lot of the centerpiece of this is mostly about what they're going to do with the things they find and how they're going to preserve it. They're not preserving it in England, thankfully. This is all in Egypt. In fact, it's going to be at the Great Egyptian Museum, and that has been worked on for a long time. I think it was supposed to have opened in 2013. It was 2016 when this was filmed, and at one point late in the documentary, a gentleman believes that they're going to have it open by 2018. It is sort of open now, I think, but I don't think it's complete. It's a massive undertaking. It's a humongous museum, and it's supposed to look fantastic. I tried to Google map it and take a look at it and from an angle, but it only gives me a 2D flat kind of look to it. I went to the website. If you go to greategyptianmuseum.org, you will see that they're like, would you like some notifications about when it's going to open? It has a humongous facility. I keep saying humongous. I'm sorry. It has a massive facility on site to handle any artifacts, big or sometimes like 3 tons or 6 tons. It's a lot. They're really heavy pieces, big and small, and they're able to go through these with just fine instruments and do what they can to show all the detail and then make them look great, and they'll be on display, because a lot of this, at least in the time that this was filmed, tourism took a big dive, and they're looking for reasons to bring people into the desert. Yeah. How many reasons would you have to go to the desert for fun? Not a lot, but Egypt has pretty much just desert for the most part, and so why not? Hey, let's give people more of a reason to come by and enjoy the desert. Not just look at the pyramids, but take a look at the air-conditioned, I hope, museum that shows these treasures in all their glory, as they should be, hopefully for all time. And out of the hands of looters, out of the hands of the British Museum, out of the hands of so many others, why not have these treasures in Egypt, where they belong? So right now, as of 2024, there's even a video on that official site that says, here's videos of an update from like June 2024. It looks like the latest update. I didn't watch it, but that gave me an idea that, yeah, they're still working on it, and there's no grand opening yet. I believe certain parts are open according to the map that I was looking at. It says it's closed currently at the time that I was looking at it. It might, it opens at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I don't know when 9 a.m. is yet compared to the time I just watched this, but yeah, it wasn't open, but it will be open tomorrow morning. So yeah, I think they've sectioned off certain areas where you can probably go in there and enjoy some of it, but the full experience, even in 2024, 6 years after the guy's prediction that it would be finished in 2018, yeah, still isn't happening. I have a feeling the pandemic, kind of had a bit of an impact on that. So yeah. It's not their fault entirely, no. But there's you get to see the people who are working diligently to get the right machinery to help just build walls for this place. The concept art for it looks astounding. It's the kind of place I think I would love to go to. Not exactly the easiest place to visit these days, but that part of the world tends to be a little bit on fire. But yeah, it definitely sounds like if it ever gets finished, it would be a pretty glorious event. So I recommend this to anybody who just is into Egyptology and just another documentary about the history. It's not just about mummies and, oh, we dug up this and Howard Carter came along and dug up that. It is also about the future of Egypt and its artifacts that they're trying to preserve and keep out of the hands of looters and opportunists who want to get rich quick. There's a lot of different things going on in this, actually. So it's not just one thing. And yeah, you kind of feel bad for them when they say they hope it's going to be open in 2 years. Yeah, no, things happened since this was made. But good luck for the future. I hopefully you can sign up on that website, put in your email, and they'll send you an email when they have an idea when the grand opening will happen. So yeah, maybe you can be part of that. It's not too late. That's all I have for that. I was gonna pick a new random episode, but no, I have already picked something out for tomorrow. It is October, and so something new just got added to Disney Plus. It's called Shortstober. Yeah, you know who that's from. It's from the Big City Green kids, and I think it's one of their normal compilations of Disney Channel type shorts. It's not just Big City Greens, but it's hosted by them, Cricket and Tilly, just getting weird as they do, and they're fantastic for it. So Shortstober with Big City Greens is what we're watching next in the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.